When you see a man with big, chiseled abdominal muscles, you probably associate him with good health. However, a new study by researchers from the University of California, San Diego has determined that more muscle doesn't necessarily mean a lower risk of heart problems, news.com has learned. According to study finds, Britta Larsen, a PhD, said men with large abs have a greater risk of heart disease. However, the denser the abdominal muscles, the less the risk. Larsen said men with the densest muscles in the abdominal cavity had nearly 1/4 of the risk of heart disease later in life. And the other really important thing to note is that we didn't find this with women. It was just in men, said Larsen, lead author and associate professor in the UC San Diego Herbert Wertheim School of Public Health and Human Longevity Science. For the study, which focused on thickening in the arteries, researchers recruited men in their mid-60s from around the United States in the year 2000. The participants were then re-examined 20 years later. Larsen said they looked at 12 years' worth of medical records of the subjects. The researchers found that those with large muscle groups were as much as 6 times as likely to develop heart disease than those with the smaller abdominal muscle areas. Larsen said the researchers were surprised by the results. Muscle has been overlooked in health for a long time, Larsen said. Researchers have really just focused on fat. But muscle is a large, active metabolic tissue, and it's finally getting a little bit more attention. Larsen explained that the results showed a pivotal relation between quality and quantity. The researchers determined the study's results while examining computed tomography scans that presented a two-dimensional image. Density is a little bit trickier. It's sort of our proxy measure of muscle quality, Larsen said. It's really a measure of how much fat has infiltrated the muscle cavity. Within the muscle itself, how much is pure muscle? And how much is fat content? The study also found that there was no relation between muscle and stroke in men and women. The team drew a distinction between coronary heart disease and cardiovascular disease, which includes stroke, a block in the artery outside the heart. What that tells me is that muscle density isn't just sort of a proxy measure of overall health or frailty or aging, she said. Otherwise, we would see it with stroke and other outcomes, too. Larsen said the results will pave the way for further studies.